Alright, there's my audience. I'm going to further elaborate on texting and driving from the previous weeks. Texting and driving, when you text and drive, you make it 23 times more likely that you're going to be in a crash. Teens who text and drive spend 10% of their time outside of their own lane. 9 in 10 teens expect to text within 5 minutes of replying, which puts more pressure on them to reply while texting and driving. So they don't want to be embarrassed by not replying in time, or they don't want to be like the loser kid who doesn't reply fast. Most states allow law enforcement to issue citations if you're caught texting and driving. Most states can give a fine from $50 to $500. That's just depending on the judge. Usually the first time it's lower. Anytime after that it gets higher. You can get a jail or prison sentence for an incident that results in injury or death while texting and driving. And if someone were to die while they're texting and driving, it's not going to be anything small. It's going to be a big fine and a big prison sentence. Another thing you can get points. If you get pulled over, the driver license can acquire points for texting and driving. If you get too many points on your record, your license can be suspended. Another thing that comes off of that is insurance company can see the points on a record and can make insurance premium go up due to too many points. In 2011, 23% of automobile crashes involved texting, which is 1.3 million crashes. 5 seconds is the minimum amount of time it takes for someone to reply to a text message. So if you're going 55 miles per hour, that's like driving a whole football field without even looking at the road. 77% of all drivers are confident that they can drive and text, but 30% of those 77 drivers have admitted to driving outside of the lines. 10 states plus DC prohibit all drivers from using a cell phone while driving, and 39 states and DC prohibit drivers from texting, but they can take a call if they have a Bluetooth headset. Another thing about texting and driving is you think you might be able to text and drive, but when you look down at your phone, you can't control what other people do or what other things in nature can do. So if you look down to text, what if someone runs a stop sign and you can run into them? I mean, you never know. Some things that you can do to prevent texting and driving, and you can insert a drive cam to monitor someone. Usually parents do this to monitor their kids. It provides real-time video and feedback, so the parent can see what their child is doing at all times, make sure they're not texting. Another thing you can do is get an AT&T Drive Mode app, which shuts down a cell phone. Basically, all it does is it does not allow a text or call to be made unless it's an emergency number like 911. And after this whole course and doing these texting and driving speeches, I have realized that texting and driving isn't as important as yours or someone else's life. If there was one thing I could stress to everyone, it is that if you text and drive, you aren't only putting yourself in danger, but you are also putting everyone else around you in danger.